moving team, you have them stop from a dead disc. Whereas right now, Super Bloom want to catch the disc in flow and just go downfield. So now I think you're doing yourself strategically a favor. They're starting from a stop disc. See if that makes a difference.
Ellis putting the disc into play, finding Jones, and it's a zony poachy look from San Francisco as well. San Diego flowing pretty well. Alamilik the outlet on the far sideline. Jones resetting to Iwamoto. Center of the field to Ellis. Falcons still in the zone. Abrams, Jones.
Oh, that one attempt to, let's see, are they going to hold? Oh, they snuck it in. That one attempt to D, and then that was the break that they were able to go through. But, well, nicely done.
Jones with her second goal of the game from Iwamoto. Classic connection for San Diego. Those two teammates before as well.
Let's see what they show on the replay. They're going to show. I'd be interested if they show the D that almost was there, but that created that one opening that, I'm about to say Tempest, not the Tempest, but the Super Bloom really seized. Let's see what goes. They were gone. Yeah, they were on off to the races there.
Abrams and Jones doing a little give and go action, and once again Jones finding a pocket of space on the sideline. Bid there from Julia Ting, not quite able to deny the goal.
It is interesting that San Diego is very comfortable squeezing it into small areas. They like to work those edges nicely, and they're very comfortable and very successful. Where some teams would look to swing it. That's nice that they're doing that successfully.
Another floaty pull from Bajunas. As San Francisco starts in a side stack. Samantha WUL seemingly able to get a hand in there to force the drop out of Anderson. WUL over the top. Easy enough. Quick score from San Diego. That is a third break of the game. Helton on the receiving end on the throw from WUL.
Do not want to give the Super Bloom that momentum in their red zone, and they just seized on it. Do not blink, because Super Bloom are coming.
Sure enough, WUL able to get a hand in there. Dish to Helton, back to WUL, and then over the top. Helton able to get free, help defender. Lespew not quite able to get there. And it's suddenly a 5-2 lead. San Diego with all the momentum in this opening quarter with still over 3 minutes to play.
There's plenty of time. There is momentum shifts. Let's just say that bobble didn't happen. At this level, you can't, because these teams can seize on that. But based on what I've seen with the Spiders, that bobble doesn't happen. They go down the field. So really, it's just going to matter of drops here and there. If we can shore up those little mini drops and stuff like that, I think the Spiders are going to continue their competitive game against the Super Bloom.
Another pull out of bounds from San Diego. Munson going over to put the disc into play for San Francisco. Applegate near sideline, quick throw, and Wiebe is 3 for 3, another goal. Wiebe accounting for all of San Francisco's so far.
There you go.
It's now a 5-3 San Diego lead.
So the energy's there. Just go back. If that one bobble didn't happen, I'm confident that the Spiders can respond. They seem to be very comfortable and not intimidated about the process.
Quick near side throw. From Applegate up to Wiebe. And so far, Falcons doing what they can to stay in it despite the quick San Diego breaks. Falcons, again, trying to get their defense back out on the field. Try and generate a break after San Diego has piled up 3 of their own. with plenty of star power on the Super Bloom offensive line coming out for this point. Helton, Ali Melik, Jones all out there along with Salvation.
If you notice the energy on the Falcons, they are psyched. They are fired up. So you see if they can respond with a stop.
Helton with the disc near sideline. Jones putting a ton of work early for San Diego.
Oh, almost.
Almost able to get the under.
Matter of inches.
Jones, center of the field.
Bigger round.
Milk is there, marked by Harris. The throw is just out of reach. Ali Melik not able to connect with any intended receiver on the low-angled throw, and the Falcons will have the break chance. Quick throw. Maru gets tall.
Gets tall is right. Come on.
Edie Chang getting down for the throw. And
this is what happens. Great catches. Preserve the possession.
double layout. Helton and Wynn contending for it, and Helton is down hurt.
No one wants to see this. Kayla Helton is an amazing player, and seeing her down. We're going to replay. Yeah, tangled bodies.
Helton just on the back side of it. Perhaps having the Wynn knocked out of her, landing awkwardly with Wynn just in front on the low throw.
There we go.
Helton back on her feet. Hopefully the San Diego superstar is all right. Hopefully it is just in the air, knocked out of her on that collision.
Club. Yes. She's seen the heights of this sport. You do not want to see her go off like that. I hope it's not. I hope it's temporary.
Falcons getting things back underway. Maru inside, Midi Chang able to corral it. Despite the
Can
tip.
you get it? Read it, read it, read it. Oh.
Just out of the reach of Harris.
And guess what? Don't blink. Here come the Super Bloom.
Junis and Iwamoto working in the backfield. Iwamoto trying to find an outlet, finds Jones on the underneath, far sideline. Salvation, Pajunas. Ali Melik. Underneath, wide open. Deep.
That's the look.
Not a problem, and it's a goal for San Diego. Yuishi with the reception deep. That takes it to 6-3 in favor of Super Bloom.
You could see Yuishi she was excited. She was wide open. The flow of the disc was happening. Like, it's my turn. I'm gone.
And Messner getting the assist this time. Not quite on the score sheet for San Diego.
Nice attempt at containment, but the backhand broke through. It's a nice deep look.
So far, 6-3. San Diego advantage. Few breaks early, quick breaks for the most part for San Diego. Falcons haven't really had that many opportunities to get back the breaks that they've needed. Couple of opportunities, but for the most part, it's been all San Diego so far.
A hiccup here and there. The interesting thing is the Falcons look really comfortable. And it's a matter of inches, so let's see. They can pick up where they left off.
And, injury sub, Applegate.
I think we had a cleat on cleat.
Hranick applying the mark, eventually just catching Applegate on the foot. Mims subbing in. Put the disc into play as Super Bloom are set up in another zone look. And note for the Western Ultimate League, there is a pre-stall after stoppages, so unlike USA Ultimate rules where players have to stay where they are after a stoppage, players are able to move around for a 4-second countdown before the disc is put back into play. Falcons trying to take a little bit of advantage of that. Munson with the disc, with 4 Falcons back in the reset space.
Good find under, has the deep, oh.
Murray Saltzman, miscommunication perhaps with Mims. Will give San Diego yet another break chance.
So can you stop? Can you make this stop? Because right now, Super Bloom are in their element. We're going to jump on this and go.
Ellis and Pajunas back and forth on the far side of the field. Trying to pull away the poaches of the Falcons.
The fans are stomping the stands. Kind of get psyched with the defense.
Pajunas, Ali Malik, couple of upline cutters, and it's Jones, the layout catch. As time expires, that should take us to the end of the first quarter. Jones with an incredible effort to snag that disc. And it's another San Diego break that'll take us to the quarter break. Super Bloom up 7-3.
The interesting thing about this play is if you are cutting knowing you're going to get the disc thrown, you have that much more of an advantage. You're going, it's coming. I know it. And there you are. You're making great plays. You have a lot of confidence in your receiver as a handler. And their offense pays big dividends for Super Bloom.
And with that, we have reached the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a sec for the start of the second quarter.
Being a member of the Castoro Cellars Wine Club is truly a unique experience. Not only do members get access to our best wines, they become part of our extended family and play a huge role in the way we run our business and make our wines. Being a member is fun, exciting, and informative. We work very hard to make sure our club members receive our best wines in their shipments, along with detailed information from our owners, winemaking team, and tasting room staff. There's never a shortage of entertainment at Castoro, and our members are always kept in the loop and taken great care of. From member-only events to Whale Rock Music and Arts Festival, our club encourages you to live life to the fullest. We invite all to join, from the wine connoisseur to the casual wine drinker. For us, it's about sharing our passion and love for making damn fine wine. Join the club and join the family today.
And welcome back to the break between the first and second quarter. San Diego Super Bloom holding a 7-3 lead over the home team, San Francisco Falcons. Avery Jones has looked great so far for San Diego. It's been quick strike offense for Super Bloom on the break. They have a 4-break lead. Still, Falcons able to have some opportunities, but likes of Ellie Mellick and Pajunas there to deny San Francisco.
Well, the Spiders, you were talking about quick giving. The Falcons, excuse me, my bad, people. The Falcons have a give and go and quick strike. Not to the extent of the Super Bloom, but you need in this league, with a high stall count, you need to be able to have quick strike. What happens is if you go into a dump set, that's where a lot of the turns can happen. So you want to have flow, you want to have options, multiple options, and go. And then you got to catch the disc. That's the thing. Even if they're not right at you, you got to make some athletic catches as well.
Weeby in particular for San Francisco, the highlight maker, the goal scorer. Weeby responsible for all 3 of San Francisco goals so far, as Harris puts the disc into play for the start of the second quarter.
Big energy with the Falcons. We're going to shut down and try to stifle this offense early, keep them from going forward. Love the energy.
But
there you go.
Miscommunication.
Payoff.
Falcons
Yes.
a break chance.
Now what does their D-line look like? D-line O.
Currently helmet by Midi Chang. Former San Francisco Fury player connecting with a current Fury player in Harris. This pops up the hand.
Nice try. But those are the catches that need to happen to keep that flow.
Les Chang nearly able to come up with it on the second effort.
Almost, absolutely. Exciting player.
Abrams, far sideline. As Super Bloom try and hold to start the second quarter.
Okay, can the Falcons bring that same energy that created that initial turn?
Floaty throw.
Big catch.
Abrams able to get down for it. When starting to pick up a little bit left to right across your screen. So San Diego playing a bit downwind. Setner in the middle of it all for San Diego at the moment. Abrams to Diaz, far side. San Diego with options, choosing to take their time. Ellis, center of the field.
They're getting the big floaty throws. They like that for the Falcons. And another one back.
Setner angles, Abrams there. That's a Super Bloom hold. They're able to get it back after the turnover and hold for the 8-3 second quarter lead.
I love that the Falcons they're getting those stops. It's just those small misconnections that can open up to big things. If they can come down with those big catches that need those connectors in the play, good things can happen. And it just comes times with more time playing with one another. Those connections are going to be almost guaranteed.
Abrams playing for, as mentioned earlier, Stanford Superfly in the college division, taking first at college nationals in 2016 after a runner-up finish back in 2015. Dynamic player that head coach Angela Wells is taking plenty advantage of for Super Bloom. An early 5-goal lead feels pretty comfortable, I think, if you're San Diego.
Yeah, I think you're right. I see Kayla Helton warming up on the sidelines. So that's good, just in general, that her health is good. So let's see if the Falcons can respond. Nice initial play.
Schumacher,
good.
near
Boom,
sideline.
continuation.
Weeby, the Falcons' lone goal scorer so far, able to get to Pugh, near sideline.
They seem very comfortable in the red zone. Let's see. A lot of options.
Centers to Broom. Schumacher, lefty
Big
flick.
look. Boom. Nice.
Weeby 4 for 4.
You say the Falcons look great when they get to the red zone. It's getting to the red zone. That's nice.
It's getting to the red zone, and it's having Melina Weeby on the field.
Yes.
4 goals already, and we're just in the start of the second quarter. Of course, if you're San Francisco, great to have Weeby in such fine form, and with Schumacher, just that lefty flick, able to angle it over the defense. But if you're San Francisco, you have to say it's great that Melina is able to get us all of these goals so far, and also we need other people to be scoring so far. It can't be on the back just of Weeby. Falcons need to open up a little bit more, but for the moment, they're very pleased with the former Blackbird superstar.
No, you're right. You definitely want to see a roster that has a very wide spread in assists and goals, so the other team doesn't have to sort of focus on one. So that's a great observation, absolutely. But right now, we'll take it. The Falcons will take it. Big break throw. Oh, big catch. Looked like it was going to be a turn. And the Super Bloom, okay, they're going to go to space.
Deep.
Okay.
Trying to find Salvation, but plenty of Falcons defenders in the area.
So it looks like they like the matchup, and I think the Super Bloom likes their defense. They're gonna pin the Falcons in their goal area, and let's see how the Falcons respond deep in their in the field.
Person defense
bump.
at the moment. When able to get down for the throw.
Nice, Kobe.
Midi Chang to Jacqueline Wataoka. Wataoka playing last season with Oregon Onyx.
Oh, those are the catches.
Let's win again. A highlight reel playmaker. California Pike Queens not able to connect though on that throw. And timeout was called.
Nice layout by Kobe. Yeah,
perhaps right before the throw as well, so San Francisco may be able to maintain possession with that clutch timeout call from head coach Manish Dariani.
That's a great observation. You know, that was the situation where you had a high stall count and you've got the off-handler dancing. You don't want the off-handler dancing. You want to be able to make a clean cut and throw to space. And if that timeout preserved the possession, that was brilliant. Nice, very fortunate.
And again, this is a situation where the Falcons are looking to notch their first break of the game. If you are head coach Dariani, you're probably thinking, how can I get my offensive line on the field in position to convert on this break? And we sure enough, it's looking like we may have a different set of players out on the field for San Francisco.
Let's see what we got. Is it wholesale? Is the O-line back in? I think the
Eliza Pugh standing over the disc for San Francisco.
D-line is out. Yep.
Weeby is back on the field in the downfield space for San Francisco. And if you're the Falcons, I mean, that's your option, right? To convert your break, you have Weeby out on the field after the timeout. Try and take advantage. Pugh joined in the backfield by Patricia Anderson.
Big I.O.
Weeby.
Oh, they got plans. Let's see.
Skyball.
Big O.
Denied. Messner, I think that's a block and an assist so far for the big goal scorer for San Diego. Diaz pressuring.
Nice drop. Oh, so much. Oh, nice.
Sure enough. Messner with the denial. Schumacher. San Diego with a chance to hold. 80 yards to go.
So that play pinned the Super Bloom back on their end zone, but it doesn't seem to make a difference. They're on the run.
Out of the timeout. And
there you go.
Schumacher.
Nice.
Earning it back after the block from Messner. Lure with the disc near sideline, centering to Pugh. Big bid from Miyamoto.
Bid.
But Applegate able to hang on. Pugh really trying to go nearly every other for San Francisco. Lure. Is it Weeby? Of course it is. That's 5 for Weeby. That's San Francisco's first break of the game, brings it to an 8-5 San Diego lead.
The Falcons will take it. That's awesome. That's great. They're coming out with firepower. They can match that energy. That is great to see for the Falcons. It's very promising.
We're able to get that outside backhand around, and Weeby was like, hey, I see you, Blair Messner. I see your 10 goals in 2 games. You know what? I'm going to match it with 5 of my own to open the game against you. Incredible showing so far from Weeby. The shiftiness, the awareness, and just the pure speed to find the spaces for her teammates to connect with her. All good so far. All coming up heads for Melina Weeby so far for San Francisco.
7 minutes left in the quarter, and let's see if the Falcons can respond defensively and create another stop. Nice pull.
Jones catching the pull, centering to Ishii. San Francisco in-person matchup. Harris taking the Jones matchup, and it's Abrams down for the save. Helton back on the field. Good to see her up again for San Diego. Salvashon centering to Jones. Abrams far sideline.
Nice OI.
San Francisco
throwing the
applying
space.
A lot of downfield defensive pressure. So Super Bloom are content to work it through the resets.
There you go, run through, nice.
Run through block. Julia Mankoff. It takes off deep.
Big
Harris
grip.
says, okay.
Okay, you got space by yourself. On the doorstep.
Mankoff,
Falcon.
7 yards out. Resets to Wataoka. Back to Mankoff. Viti Chang trying to get free. Timeout called. And once again, it may be a clutch timeout call.
Wow.
From Coach Dariani of the Falcons. That is San Francisco's second and final timeout of the first half. But so far, it seems like the timeout calls have been used to great effect.
Amazing effect. I've never, somehow she got a crystal ball going. Now we're going to call timeout.
And with San Francisco in position to get another break back to bring this game to within 2, you might as well. And hey, right, there it is. Melina Wiebe getting back on the field for San Francisco, trying to make it 6-4-6.
The interesting thing about the nuance of the timeout, you almost have to talk to the observer like, I'm going to call timeout. You're in that ear of the person to say, there's timeout called. Because sometimes you're yelling and it doesn't communicate, and the speed of that timeout does not happen. So that was amazingly strategic.
Falcons setting up in a vertical stack. Munson going to put the disc into play, marked by Becca Ellis. And Wiebe trying to get free. Able to just track it down, but not quite in yet. It's a sliding grab for the score. That's another San Francisco break.
There you go. The fans are very excited. Nice ultimate. This is a game. Awesome.
It's the second time that Wiebe and Lure have connected, but this time it's Wiebe on the assist. A sliding grab by Lure at the front cone. Suddenly there's a little bit of life for San Francisco. San Diego with the initial score out of the quarter break, but now San Francisco the few scores back of their own. 2 breaks the race to 2 more to go. And San Francisco has to think, let's just try and keep our defense rolling. Some of those same players, Mankov, you could see back out on the line alongside Midi Chang and Jacqueline Wataoka, trying to get another one.
It's always interesting how you can see how the energy shifts as the game develops. Falcons are looking light. They're looking confident. We got this. We're still on just the first half. Super Bloom are focused. Okay, we have to respond.
Pulled towards the nearest sideline for San Francisco. Himamoto centering to Jones. Bajunas, a lot of same names for Super Bloom, and it's working. Helton near sideline. Marked by Eliza Chang.
What?
I throw another pump for Iwamoto, and it's quickly over to Bajunas on the far sideline. Inside throw to Jones. San Diego, easy enough, clean offensive hold. Helton with the goal from Jones.
Yeah, don't blink. Super Bloom can go quick. They ran their offense. There was no flinching. It's one of those when the window to seize when you're looking at the Super Bloom's offense, there's the high floaty around. You've got that window that hopefully you can make the receiver blink. You can get in that space and create a turn, but they're coming up confidently with those big high floaty airtime arounds.
Avery Jones seemingly back on the line again. Jones going point after point for San Diego. A Super Bloom hold. A 9-6 lead, still up a pair of breaks. But it's been in San Francisco's favor so far in the second quarter.
5 minutes left and very competitive game.
Munson and Pugh once again working in the backfield for San Francisco. Scuber.
Nice.
Anderson, Pugh, low throw. Wiebe back to Pugh as Falcons navigate another junk set out of Super Bloom. Anderson near sideline Pugh. Munson, pressure, foul called.
From this angle, looked like there definitely was a foul.
Henry Jones perhaps going a bit into the back of Munson, and sure enough, foul, no contest.
No contest. And the Spiders are gone. Boom.
And Schumacher on the goal line for the Falcons. And finally, Malia Weeby not involved, but it's Lure again with yet another goal, and that's a third San Francisco break. All of a sudden, sorry, that was a hold. 9-7, back within 2.
It was a hold. The Falcons look great. This is great to respond. So what I'm seeing the Super Bloom do, I don't know if it's to conserve energy, but sometimes they play poachy, block the lanes. Other times there's a lot more energy expended in order to play really tight person. So I don't know, the strategy is to mix it up the different looks, or is it to energy conservation? But if it's poachy, whether you're playing person or zone, the Falcons are comfortable with that.
Comfortable so far, and currently only 2 goal scorers for San Francisco. Weeby and Lure, the 2 on the board. Weeby with 5, Lure with 2. In the last couple of San Francisco scores. It's working so far, just down 2 as this pull floats out of play. Yamamoto going over to pick it up and get the San Diego offense started.
This is rhetorical, but the Falcons need to get a break and be able to impose their will when they need one.
Yamamoto marked by Harris. Able to get Ellie Melk near sideline.
There's that big around floaty.
Jones, far sideline, marked by Wynn. Foul, no contest. Just go back to Jones. I see some clean, quick calls so far from both teams. Fouls getting called, players agreeing in at least a couple of instances. No
There's
contest.
the stop.
And it's a block from San Francisco.
So San Francisco cannot call a timeout. So now we're going to see the D-line offense. What do they have? They definitely got great hands.
Wong with the block. It's Meaty Chang up to Wong.
More great hands.
Win far sideline. Meaty Chang.
Big around.
Across to Mankoff. Falcons handlers really working hard. Downfield looking a little bit messy for San Francisco, but so far so good. Win across to Wong. Julie Ting in the backfield. And Win just able to hold on to it. Messner nearly able to come up with the block. And it's a
Is that needed?
hammer.
It is needed.
2 players.
Boom! Sharing the experience. Awesome.
But hold on, stall called.
That's why. It was a high stall count hammer.
Messner on the mark on Win. Contested stall. Pre-stall count coming in. Win,
High
still
release.
high count.
Big pull down.
Stall called once again. It's a quick count when it's a stall to 7. Mr. Win, no stall called by the observer. Disc will stay with Harris on the far sideline, marked by Ellen Malik. 2 former Fury teammates.
In a small window, can they get rid of it? Oh, hands, and there we go.
Edie Chang with the goal.
Fantastic work.
San Francisco within 1.
D-line, that's the exciting thing. What can the D-line do on a turn? Can they attack? They definitely do it very confidently. They're making the big catches that need to happen.
Chang psyched for that one as the Falcons with Another break. This second quarter has been all in San Francisco's favor pretty much. Lawrence, what are you seeing out of the Falcons this quarter that has allowed them so much success as compared to the first?
I want to talk about the Super Bloom. They're playing, when they play Poachy, that gives the Falcons enough time to find there's a bigger margin of error. So it's interesting what the defense is doing, how the Falcons are responding. Super Bloom seem to be playing tight. And so I don't know if it's, handlers are getting tired, nervous, but the Falcons are taking advantage of it. And they seem very, very comfortable.
San Diego trying to settle. And the Falcons coming out in a person look, but a little bit of a poachy look downfield on the cutters. But Super Bloom able to work it so far. Ellis with the disc on the far sideline.
So the Falcons are noticing that high pressure has created these small windows and the turns. Let's see if they can. It takes a lot of energy.
Ellis with the disc around to Bajunas.
As the throws go on, you're going to see it get a little bit more poachy because players are tight. You need to make catches like that to preserve it.
Incredible snag by Helton. WUL with the disc as Falcons try and catch up. And easy enough for San Diego for the hold. Diaz on the reception. That takes San Diego to double digits, up 10-8.
So let me ask you, what are you seeing out there, Jenna, between the two teams? How the Falcons are responding in the Super Bloom they're playing?
I agree with your assessment from earlier about San Diego playing maybe a little bit tight. I certainly think that the Falcons have taken far better advantage of the break opportunities that they've been able to generate this quarter, although not so on that Bajunas throw to Diaz. And especially with the timeout calls from the sideline, preserving those possessions, and that's allowing San Francisco to convert on the break opportunities. Still need a few more, but so far they're back within 2, down just 1 break. Looking much better for San Francisco. This is feeling much more like the game that we saw between these two teams last season that finished 15-14 in overtime. I would not be shocked if we saw overtime once again tonight.
I hope so. I know Coach Dariani must be pleased with this. I'm curious to see at halftime what type of adjustments the Super Bloom will make. The Falcons are looking terrific. Big boost. They're going to play with some of that house money.
Finding
Boom.
Schumacher. There you go. Quick pull for San Francisco. Under 30 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And Schumacher breaking free deep.
That's some exciting ultimate. The fans appreciating, showing their appreciation.
Just a few throws. Broom over the top. You wondered if Helton or Bajunas would get there, but the throw just too good. Able to find Schumacher between the two Super Bloom defenders.
Right now, it's no Super Bloom was, we've got this. We're going to knock it out of the way. It found the small window it went into, and it was a great catch. That's exciting ultimate. I don't know if that is the Falcons brand, but part of this, in order to demonstrate, I think they need to show their small game and their big game, and they're able to confidently go downfield. That definitely gives the defense more pause, knowing, oh, if they're going to confidently shoot deep, we have to put our head on a swivel and be able to respond. That was really nice to see.
Schumacher up there with Weeby in terms of the main contributors for the Falcons so far, 3 assists and that latest goal. A reminder that possession rules do apply at the end of each quarter, so if San Diego is able to maintain possession for these final seconds of the second quarter, quarter will either end in a San Diego score or a turnover.
So the buzzer's going to sound, but as long as the possession's maintained by the Super Bloom, the play continues.
And sure enough, time has gone. So San Diego will have a chance to hold. Salvation up the line to Iwamoto. Angle throw over the top. Easily read by Diaz, and that will take us to halftime. Falcons with a great push in the second quarter, but San Diego still with the lead, leading 11-9.
Exciting ultimate. It was very nice to see. I'm curious to see the adjustments both teams are going to make, how to respond. If the Falcons can bring that same energy that they ended with. The only downside during, let's talk about the Super Bloom. That's great. They righted the ship and they both ended both quarters with a score. That's a unique ability to be able to do. And I'm confident to see that the Falcons are going to be able to respond. I know they're quite confident. You can see them jogging back like, this is good. We're a good team.
And we're going to head to halftime in this great matchup so far. We'll be back in just a bit for the start of the second half. San Diego Super Bloom leading the San Francisco Falcons 11-9.
Being a member of the Castoro Cellars Wine Club is truly a unique experience. Not only do members get access to our best wines, they become part of our extended family and play a huge role in the way we run our business and make our wines. Being a member is fun, exciting, and informative. We work very hard to make sure our club members receive our best wines in their shipments, along with detailed information from our owners, winemaking team, and tasting room staff. There's never a shortage of entertainment at Castoro, and our members are always kept in the loop and taken great care of. From member-only events to Whale Rock Music and Arts Festival, our club encourages you to live life to the fullest. We invite all to join, from the wine connoisseur to the casual wine drinker. For us, it's about sharing our passion and love for making damn fine wine. Join the club and join the family today.
I'd like to thank some of our sponsors and community partners that help make this possible in the Western Ultimate League. Big thanks to Breakmark, Discraft, Study Suit, Castoro Cellars, and Auriga Corporation for helping support the Western Ultimate League and the San Francisco Falcons.
We also want to thank our community partners. We've got the Oakland Spiders, Bata Area Disc Association, Sports Basement, Ale Industries in Guadalajara, Mexican Cuisine, and Tequila Bar.
Plenty of great first half action. Still in our halftime break. We'll be back in a bit for the start of the third quarter. Super Bloom leading the Falcons 11-9.
Being a member of the Castoro Cellars Wine Club is truly a unique experience. Not only do members get access to our best wines, they become part of our extended family and play a huge role in the way we run our business and make our wines. Being a member is fun, exciting, and informative. We work very hard to make sure our club members receive our best wines in their shipments, along with detailed information from our owners, winemaking team, and tasting room staff. There's never a shortage of entertainment at Castoro, and our members are always kept in the loop and taken great care of. From member-only events to Whale Rock Music and Arts Festival, our club encourages you to live life to the fullest. We invite all to join, from the wine connoisseur to the casual wine drinker. For us, it's about sharing our passion and love for making damn fine wine. Join the club and join the family today. Being a member of the Castoro Cellars Wine Club is truly a unique experience. Not only do members get access to our best wines, they become part of our extended family and play a huge role in the way we run our business and make our wines. Being a member is fun, exciting, and informative. We work very hard to make sure our club members receive our best wines in their shipments, along with detailed information from our owners, winemaking team, and tasting room staff. There's never a shortage of entertainment at Castoro, and our members are always kept in the loop and taken great care of. From member-only events to Whale Rock Music and Arts Festival, our club encourages you to live life to the fullest. We invite all to join, from the wine connoisseur to the casual wine drinker. For us, it's about sharing our passion and love for making damn fine wine. Join the club and join the family today. Being a member of the Castoro Cellars Wine Club is truly a unique experience. Not only do members get access to our best wines, they become part of our extended family and play a huge role in the way we run our business and make our wines. Being a member is fun, exciting, and informative. We work very hard to make sure our club members receive our best wines in their shipments, along with detailed information from our owners, winemaking team, and tasting room staff. There's never a shortage of entertainment at Castoro, and our members are always kept in the loop and taken great care of. From member-only events to Whale Rock Music and Arts Festival, our club encourages you to live life to the fullest. We invite all to join, from the wine connoisseur to the casual wine drinker. For us, it's about sharing our passion and love for making damn fine wine. Join the club and join the family today. Being a member of the Castoro Cellars Wine Club is truly a unique experience. Not only do members get access to our best wines, they become part of our extended family and play a huge role in the way we run our business and make our wines. Being a member is fun, exciting, and informative. We work very hard to make sure our club members receive our best wines in their shipments, along with detailed information from our owners, winemaking team, and tasting room staff. There's never a shortage of entertainment at Castoro, and our members are always kept in the loop and taken great care of. From member-only events to Whale Rock Music and Arts Festival, our club encourages you to live life to the fullest. We invite all to join, from the wine connoisseur to the casual wine drinker. For us, it's about sharing our passion and love for making damn fine wine. Join the club and join the family today.
Welcome back to our halftime break. San Diego Super Bloom leading the San Francisco Falcons 11-9 in this Week 2 Western Ultimate League action. Plenty of support, plenty of opportunities here locally in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you're looking to support the Falcons, get your own merch, you can get your own gear at falconsultimate.com/store. Falcons with some fantastic jerseys, all of the Western Ultimate League teams with incredible jerseys this year, as usual. And similar thing with San Diego Super Bloom, incredible jerseys as well. These teams, these players, if you want to support them, please do. You can also visit westernultimateleague.com and go to donate and help support or shop and get your own merch, get your own jerseys to help support these incredible teams and these incredible players in this amazing league.
We got some great replays. Super Bloom loves to go deep, confidently to their players. We're sharing looks, and they're big D.
Both teams making some plays. Melina Wiebe, probably the star of the show in that first half. 5 goals and an assist for San Francisco. The assist here to Marlena Lure.
That's how they just closed out. Those big rounds.
Even with the Falcons charging in the second quarter, San Diego able to maintain their composure. Earlier in the game, Kayla Helton, down with an injury, was able to get back out on the field for San Diego. Falcons taking far more advantage of the opportunities presented to them in the second quarter to get back into it after San Diego held a 7-3 lead. Gia Schumacher heavily involved. Schumacher, who played with a number of the San Diego Super Bloom players this last club season with San Diego flip side. So Schumacher a thorn in her old teammate's side. But that goal from Alex Diaz making the 2-goal difference so far as San Diego leads San Francisco 11-9. We're going to take one more quick break, and then we'll be back for the start of the third quarter.
Being a member of the Castoro Cellars Wine Club is truly a unique experience. Not only do members get access to our best wines, they become part of our extended family and play a huge role in the way we run our business and make our wines. Being a member is fun, exciting, and informative. We work very hard to make sure our club members receive our best wines in their shipments, along with detailed information from our owners, winemaking team, and tasting room staff. There's never a shortage of entertainment at Castoro, and our members are always kept in the loop and taken great care of. From member-only events to Whale Rock Music and Arts Festival, our club encourages you to live life to the fullest. We invite all to join, from the wine connoisseur to the casual wine drinker. For us, it's about sharing our passion and love for making damn fine wine. Join the club and join the family today.
And welcome back to Oakland, California, Fremont High School for the start of the second half between San Diego Super Bloom and the San Francisco Falcons. San Diego currently holding an 11-9 lead. I'm Jenna Weyer in the booth with Lawrence McKenna. Lawrence, San Diego held a 7-3 lead after the first quarter, but we're now back to just a 2-score game. What did you see from the Falcons in that second quarter that helped them claw back most of that deficit?
Well, the Falcons initially were trying to figure out, what the Super Bloom were giving them. And initially, the beginning of the game, there's a lot of energy at play, so you can't establish. But once everything started to bake in, your understanding of the tendencies, when the Super Bloom was on with a lot of energy like they're doing now, there's a tendency to squeeze the disc and be tight. But when the Super Bloom laid off and got poachy, kind of like now you're going to find that the Falcons do their best work because they're able to operate. And that was one of the things, if I was a Super Bloom, I would probably, it expends a lot of energy, put more pressure on them and get a high stall count. Now the Super Bloom, I don't know what happened. Maybe they got a little tight. If they play their game and they don't give up a break, it's going to be tough for the Falcons to adjust. But if the Falcons get them to flinch and blink, and they can capitalize on those turns, it's going to be an interesting game down the road.
Opening point of the third quarter underway. The Falcons starting on offense in dark, moving left to right. And it's, guess who, Melina Wiebe with yet another goal for San Francisco. Smooth, clean hold for the Falcons. It's back to a 1-goal game. San Diego up 11-10.
And Super Bloom played sort of a poachy D and allowed the Falcons to throw into space. And Falcons capitalized on it. The interesting thing, if I don't mind, is that in order to play this game at a high level and sort of match the intensity of the Tempest, they play up tempo. And so you're going to find that other teams that are trying to match that energy need to play up tempo. So you see the Super Bloom do that. And the Falcons are demonstrating that they can go there. Can they do that consistently? It looks like they can. It's just nice. There's a lot of energy. They're going forward. With
Melina Wiebe on the field, it's certainly working out well for San Francisco. That's 6 goals and an assist for Wiebe. Tina Elimelech in the area on that pass for San Diego. Not quite able to get there. Angles not quite right for Elimelech to deny Wiebe yet another goal. Elimelech back out on the field for San Diego. Has the disc near sideline. Centers across to Samantha WUL. Alex Diaz thought about it to Elimelech. Said ops for the reset. Super Bloom working it back and forth across the field. The currently goal scorer, Messner, not able to connect on the reset. Falcons with a break, chance to tie us up.
The D-line O for the Falcons looks really clean and confident.
Watuoka inside to win. Win inside to Harris. Harris one more, and that's a break. We are tied 11-11. San Francisco, another break.
Before we started, that was the interesting thing. What can the D yield? Yes, if you have timeouts, you can do wholesale and bring your O-line, but really the crux is who shows up on the D-line when you get your stop? Can you attack and confidently go down the field? And the D-line go O is very confident for the Falcons.
Just a few quick throws in the end. Harris on the assist to pin Wen Long for the score. San Diego maybe not quite able to get reset after the turn. And they're running back a lot of the same players. Super Bloom relying on their superstars. Alex Diaz jogging back to the line for yet another point for San Diego. Falcons have to be very pleased with themselves. Tie game for the first time since the opening points of this game. We got a ball game, folks, and we got plenty of time left. Just under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter and the entire fourth quarter to play as well.
So one of the interesting things to see is when you have a star lineup and you're a solid team like the Super Bowl, how do you respond? How do you respond? Do you go down the field confidently and run your system, or do you doink? And we'll see.
It's a drop from Ellis, giving the Falcons another quick opportunity to break. Meaty Chang finding Lure, Schumacher. Thought about it, but it's Meaty Chang on the near sideline. Miscommunication. Pajunas notches another block. And San Diego with the chance to hold after the exchange of turnovers. Pelton, far sideline, able to get Pajunas, just keeps the disc in. Helton deep, Diaz.
They like that matchup. Let's see.
The 2-on-1, and it's Lure with the block.
No foul. Nice, great D.
Able to deny Diaz the goal. It's a longer break opportunity this time as Meaty Chang goes over to pick up the disc. But another break opportunity nonetheless for San Francisco.
Over the top. Nice. Marlena Lure with the great defense.
Liza Chang with the disc for the Falcons, far sideline. Meaty Chang up the line. Lure just in bounds. San Diego's defense floating a little bit free. Schumacher able to get it to Maru underneath on the near sideline. It's quick from San Francisco. Wataoka with the disc. Only 20 yards out. Timeout called. Timeout called.
Was that slap?
Potentially by San Francisco. Another timeout call.
Coach Dariani calls the timeout. Okay. In the red zone.
And you see the thought process. You understand. We've seen it twice in the first half. We now see it once in the second half so far. The timeout call with a chance to break. You're able to full sub, get your players back out on the field, get Molina Weeby back out there for yet another goal potentially. Makes a lot of sense for San Francisco, albeit it's an early use of their timeout in the second half to only have one more left the rest of this second half.
So one of these situations so if you're a coach, you're sort of hovering over the coach. Does the coach show the confidence in the defensive O, like I'm keeping you on, I'm just, calling timeout to run a play? Or you're like, you know what, you've done your job, we're bringing in our O horses to leave it in. The D-line O has been clean, but I am not the coach of the Falcons. And Slap has a lot of experience, and it's paid dividends with that rationale this game.
And sure enough, it looks like pretty much a mostly standard Falcons offensive line. Eliza Pugh putting the disc into play. Anderson Klinger in the backfield. Underneath throw. Center of the field. Falcons working in the reset space. Pugh just out of the reach though.
Super Bloom created small windows. They definitely clamped down on defense.
Low throw just out of the reach of Julia Ting.
Nice bid.
San Diego able to get it off the near sideline. And it's a quick block.
Nice run through
block. That's Mila Hernandez Flowerman. And all of a sudden, it's another short field opportunity for this Falcons O-line. We'll keep the disc in Pugh's hands. Pick called in the stack. But Pugh only about 11 yards out of the end zone. Falcons are able to break here. They'll have their first break lead of the game.
We'll give and go.
Anderson up the line, out of the reach. Just. And San Diego will have another chance to go the full 80 to hold. It'll be Jones marked by Applegate. Floaty throw, Salvation low. The Abrams is able to corral. Super Bloom may be a little bit out of sorts here as we approach the halfway point of the third quarter. Deep shot though. Messner able to get it in front of the approaching Pew. Elimelech and Pajunas wide open. Breakaway for San Diego. That's a hard fought hold.
Yeah, it was.
Super Bloom just able to hold and lead 12-11.
That was an interesting point. The Falcons were knocking at the door, and they've been almost clean in the red zone. And it was very interesting. It was a big hold by the Super Bloom, but I like the Falcons. They're still knocking at the door. They're not over, but it's interesting to see Super Bloom responded. They looked a bit out of sorts, but you know what happens? A big deep put with the receptions can clear the air nicely.
Messner able to get a free deep. Falcons not able to quite catch up on the breakaway, allowing Pajunas to be wide open for the score. A longer point for sure, and for San Francisco, I think they'll rue the opportunity they had with that timeout taken with their offense on the field, with the short field. A couple of opportunities to break, not able to do it. And it'll be interesting to see if it comes back to bite them later in the game, down a timeout, not being able to take advantage of that fantastic, really 2 break opportunities on that last point.
Love the yardage off the pull.
Long to Schumacher, and potentially a point block from Cabrales, but foul call instead. This will stay with Schumacher. Centers to Munson to Pugh as the Falcons get their offense going once again. Continues to be pretty loose downfield defense from San Diego, trying to muddy those lanes for the San Francisco throwers. Broom near sideline, high stall floaty. Mims able to catch it. Near sideline as Falcons work in their reset space. Long call, pick called. Pick call, so this will come back to Wong on the near sideline. As we have, may be able to hear them, a parade of motorcycles rumbling by. Fremont High School in the heart of one of Oakland's busier neighborhoods, and happening right now with the rumbling cycles going by. Wong put this back into play. Inside throw to Lure.
Throws the space.
Munson, Wong, up the line, Lure there! Score for San Francisco!
These are the catches that need to be made. Those are the difference makers. Beautiful catch.
Super Bloom looking frustrated. Thought they maybe had the Falcons pinned down in a couple of different instances, but Lure able to get up over the San Diego defender for the goal. That's Lure's 3rd goal of the game to go along with an assist.
Big target.
Wong putting it
Look at
just
that.
up over the defender. Cabrales nearly getting it on the initial throw.
Know that receiver. Know that receiver. That was a beautiful catch.
Fabiola Lopez also in the area for San Diego, but it is in the end a San Francisco hold as we near 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter of play, all tied up. Lawrence, this has been a fun one so far. I thought initially in the 1st quarter that it might be a runaway blowout by San Diego, but the Falcons have come back and the teams have been battling it out in this back and forth third quarter as the Falcons pull floats out of play.
You're right. It had that vibe like, okay, we're going to handle our business. We're on the road. It's just status quo. Falcons had something to say about it. Oh, no. And they've responded nicely. This is exciting Ultimate. The fans are being treated to Pro Ultimate at its finest. This is really nice looking Ultimate.
Avery Jones to start Super Bloom's offense, joined by former UC San Diego teammate Clay Iwamoto. Tight spaces so far on the far sideline for San Diego, but Salvation is able to find Helton up the line. Jones just working up that inside up the line space. Helton centering reset. Ellis now on the doorstep. Jones, angled throw. No problem connecting with Iwamoto. The two UC San Diego teammates connecting once again on the professional field as San Diego takes a 13-12 lead.
That was clean O, but the energy the Falcons put on, sometimes when they play high pressure O, as it goes down the field, you can see the players are gassed. The defensive throttle was on the whole time, and they were contested all these throws to the point where Super Bloom would normally sort of walk it into the corner. They had to reset and go around in a couple times, so that was great. The Falcons got there, but Super Bloom took care of business.
Iwamoto, one of the superstar handlers for that title-winning UC San Diego side back in 2019. This time being the goal scorer on the throw from Jones. Jones with 3 goals, couple of assists. Great game all around from number of those UC San Diego graduates. Ollie Mellick again amongst that group. And Super Bloom just about holding on to their lead. We get under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. San Diego once again poaching off of the handlers, trying to slow the Falcons offense down. Weeby, this middle of the field, low throw finds Lure. Somehow gets the pass through double pair of hands, but Munson throws directly to Amanda Rutland for San Diego. And it's Pajunas over to Helton, far sideline now for San Diego. This is an opportunity to get a break back for Super Bloom.
Super Bloom like this part of the field. They're very, very comfortable. See if the Falcons has something to say about it.
Pit call on the stack will mean that the disc will go back to Pajunas. Weeby on the mark. Both teams perhaps tiring out a little bit. Rosters playing a little bit short, both teams relying a lot on their top end players, point after point. So not a huge surprise early season, week 2. Teams are still figuring things out. Players coming off of their winter breaks. And timeout is called from the sideline. San Diego will maintain possession about 25 yards outside of the end zone with a chance to break up 13-12.
So a small observation, and again, they're applying the timeout in the red zone, as Coach Dariani did. The Falcons pressured the Super Bloom into a dump reset, and that's good. You kept them from going forward, and that's nice. It's a small defensive benefit, because so far, for the most part, they go downfield and they're rarely find themselves in that scenario, so that's good. Let's see what happens. How the Super Bloom, how they respond. They just go status quo and march right down the field.
And looking like for San Diego, they have their 7 players set, among them the core 4 players that they announced before any of the other roster signings for the season. Iwamoto, Salvation, Pajunas, and Helton, part of Super Bloom's core 4 out there on the field. As we approach the end of the third quarter, San Diego trying to establish another break lead to go up 14-12. Iwamoto, no real surprise here, is set to pick up the disc, joined by Samantha WUL in the backfield.
This is going to be interesting. We're in the third quarter, end of it, but this is a situation. If the Falcons can create a stop, create some pressure, reduce the window. Be interesting to see.
Angled throw to Jones. That works. Ellie Mellick, not far out. Helton trying to get into some space. Somehow, Super Bloom don't score. Not sure if it was tipped. Not sure if it just went through Jones's hands. But somehow, it's the Falcons with the disc back. Ball will catch, held on to, and Harris.
Oh, they're boosting it.
Mankoff guarded by Pajunas, and disc just out of reach from Mankoff, giving San Diego another chance to break, albeit with the majority of the field ahead of them. San Francisco trying to get back into their defensive set. San Diego open out of a vert stack. Jones to Helton, far sideline. Helton, Pajunas, unmarked, center of the field. Ellie Mellick. WUL's taking off deep, but it's not there. Instead is Pajunas. WUL comes underneath on the far side of the field. Super Bloom staying patient. Jones. Over the top, a little floaty. That'll work for San Diego. And it's Samantha WUL with the goal from Avery Jones. Jacqueline Wataoka on the mark. Not quite able to stop the high release throw. And it's Jones to WUL for the San Diego break. Super Bloom back up by 2, 14-12.
That was a nice find with that high release in the front of the goal. What did you think about that point?
I think that San Francisco had their chances. It's always tough to challenge Kristen Pajunas deep, as they opted to do on that last away throw to Mankoff. And I really liked what I saw from Super Bloom, maintaining their patience, working through their handlers, realizing that San Francisco wasn't applying the same person-to-person pressure that they had been previously, and taking advantage of that, taking their time, finding the open person, and able to work it down the field for the break.
And that was cool. What I thought was interesting from the Falcon standpoint was in that red zone, that first stop, that was really good. But the poise of Super Bloom came right down full field for the most part and confidently went down the field. And that was a long, exhausting point.
Reminder again, as we get under 30 seconds left in the third quarter, possession rules apply as long as San Francisco maintain possession for the next 15 seconds. The quarter will end either in a San Francisco score or a turnover. Amy Broom with the disc on the near sideline, centering to Munson. Munson underneath to Mims. Nice leading throw to Broom from Mims. Pick called. Pick called by Ellis, it looks like, in the backfield. The throw will stay with Broom. Pre-stall movement again allowed in the Western Ultimate League.
They're small windows. Okay.
Pugh tries to put it over the top and denied by the defense of Hannah Walter. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. San Diego getting a late break in that quarter to take a 14-12 lead. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, the final quarter of action here from Oakland. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Being a member of the Castoro Cellars Wine Club is truly a unique experience. Not only do members get access to our best wines, they become part of our extended family and play a huge role in the way we run our business and make our wines. Being a member is fun, exciting, and informative. We work very hard to make sure our club members receive our best wines in their shipments, along with detailed information from our owners, winemaking team, and tasting room staff. There's never a shortage of entertainment at Castoro, and our members are always kept in the loop and taken great care of. From member-only events to Whale Rock Music and Arts Festival, our club encourages you to live life to the fullest. We invite all to join, from the wine connoisseur to the casual wine drinker. For us, it's about sharing our passion and love for making damn fine wine. Join the club and join the family today.
Welcome back ahead of the final quarter of action here in Oakland, California. Hometown San Francisco Falcons taking on San Diego Super Bloom. Super Bloom up by a score of 14-12. Jenna Weiner joining the booth by Lawrence McKendall. Lawrence, this has been a fun game, and guess what? These two teams get to do it again next week.
Which is fun, which is going to be exciting, because right now it's going to be interesting to see what that game is going to look like, because the Falcons have demonstrated we can be here, we deserve to be here, we can meet you mano a mano. So we'll see when Super Bloom has home court advantage, home cooking, can the Falcons interrupt that party there? But right now we're here. Now it's an exciting game.
It'll be week 3 action, the second tournament weekend for the Western Ultimate League, the Super Bloom Beach Bowl, and it's an all Southwest Conference affair. All 4 teams, San Francisco, San Diego, LA, and Arizona, all playing down in San Diego next weekend. Will be a fun slate of games, will be of huge importance for the conference, because these conference games coming thick, coming fast for these Southwest teams, and getting the wins early, often in weeks 1, 2, and 3 are going to be key.
Great point.
Super Bloom going to start the quarter on offense. Bit of an advantage, but the teams do swap who starts on offense and defense on exchanging quarters. And pick called in the stack. Salvation with the disc. Disc will go back to Ishii.
The observers on the field this evening are Tyler Bacon and Mac Taylor.
Thanks to the observers for helping clarify the rules and the calls and make sure the disc is where it needs to be. The disc will in fact stay with Salvation. However, Wataoka will be able to go over and put a closer mark on. Stall count will come in after the pre-stall countdown.
The Falcons are contesting the reset.
Lothar, incredible grab from Iwamoto on the throw from Ellis. Iwamoto with the high release backhand, something that she's known for. Ellis putting out trust. Ellen Malik, oh yeah. And that is a quick San Diego hold that gives them a 15-12 lead to open the fourth quarter.
Falcons did high pressure down the field, but when you throw high release stuff and you know it's coming and you make great catches like this replay, you've got to make those catches. That's part of it, but so confidently, look at this high release. Boom, lefty.
Became somewhat of a trademark for Iwamoto in college, that offhand, floaty, backhand throw, and putting it to good use once again. Plenty of chemistry on this San Diego Super Bloom team. They brought back a good portion of their roster, fully 15 players back from their 2022 roster. And Iwamoto showing off that connection with Ellis in the backfield.
It's magical. Great catch. Great handles. Nice combination.
With that hold, Super Bloom have once again opened up a 3-goal lead, but as we saw earlier in the game, it's nothing that San Francisco can't come back real quick. Immediate layout block, that's Jones running through. Nearly got rewarded for it immediately with the goal, but Abrams decides to slow it down. Bajunas with the disc, center of the field. This is an immediate San Diego break opportunity, but a timeout call just before.
Wow.
Bajunas getting to that high stall count, but head coach Andrew Wells is like, no, I've seen this story before. And look at the incredible play, the effort by Jones to get there to deny that initial reset throw.
Those are those micro situations that can be very deflating on a team. We're there, we're in it, and so let's see how the Falcons respond. Head up, this is not a thing. Let's see if they can get a stop in the red zone like they did last time.
As for San Diego, we can expect that they'll put all of the top players on that you'd want to have on this offensive possession, trying to convert the break opportunity. But again, we have seen, to your point, San Francisco able to hold strong in the red zone, able to deny San Diego those short field scores. They're going to have to stand up to another stiff test to keep San Diego from building up another 4-goal lead.
That was a tipping point that we'll see what happens. That could be definitely a tipping point that the dam breaks. Let's see how the Falcons respond. A lot of character comes with these type of points.
Iwamoto in the backfield, joined by Samantha WUL. Those two, again, teammates as part of the UC San Diego title-winning team. And
there you go.
Shayla Harris getting in front of Helton.
Exciting.
Two former Fury teammates. But it's another block. Iwamoto getting it right back. It's a drop. This is an incredible point so far.
Wow.
And San Francisco opting to slow it down, length of the field to work with to try and hold. This far sideline. Harris coming underneath.
Yeah.
Marked by Helton. Low throw. Caught, held. Injury called. Smeety Chang went to...
Looks like she's probably cramping. Great catch.
Smeety Chang trying to make sure that clear that she
got
low
it.
pass. Gets carried off the field with, I think you're right, probably just a cramp. Again, it's week 2, folks. Players are coming back into it. Their body's getting used to the high intensity of these games.
Great point.
Avery Broom initiating the offense, and it's floaty, and Abrams is there to deny lure the disc. Abrams taking off deep. Yamamoto thinks about it, thinks better, and it's a drop from Abrams.
So this is, if you had a timeout, I would have called now. Like, okay, you know what, let's settle down.
Munson over the top. Mankoff there, just ahead of Helton. A reminder that this is somehow a San Francisco offensive point. Pick is called within the stack once again, but this will stay with Mankoff. Falcons only 20 yards out from the hole. Schumacher near sideline.
Junior's showing great hands. Oh, big find.
Lefty flick. No problem. Munson there for the score. The lefty, Schumacher, showing off the diversity of throws. Lefty flick, getting the job done to Munson for the goal. And it's now 15-13, San Diego lead.
That was a very unusual point. Both teams responded nicely. Both had doinks, unexpected. Falcons figured it out and went down the field confidently. It was great.
Schumacher is showing off those lefty throws before this game, and once again makes it work along the near sideline. Munson able to get away from the San Diego defenders, and it's a 2-goal game again, just over 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Still feels like it could go either team's way. After all, we have seen the Falcons come back just earlier this game, so why couldn't they do it again?
No, absolutely. It can go either way, plenty of time. What erodes those opportunities of the long points that can chew up time in favor of Super Bloom. They go back and forth like the last one.
Maru on the pull for San Francisco. Ellis with the disc at the center of the field. San Diego once again a vertical stack. Both teams with person matchups tending to opt for a vertical stack so far this game.
They're highly contesting the reset.
Cheng nearly had it against Ellis, but not to be. San Diego trying to figure things out. Stack not quite working. Bella says, well, if I have Kayla Hilton deep, I might as well. And sure enough, Super Bloom with the score. Helton going up for the score. 16-13, San Diego lead.
When you get that matchup, you know, you take that shot. You know that receiver. Not her first rodeo.
Our first rodeo, getting the score over former Callahan winner Jacqueline Wynn, but Helton, the World Games player, doing just enough to hold Wynn off. Want to send our love out to Kayla this evening. Partner Goose Helton was in a motorcycle accident a couple months ago now and has been in the process of a long recovery. We send Kayla and Goose all of our best from the booth and wish him the best of recovery and wish Kayla the best as the two of them are dealing with that. And so far, Kayla doing what she knows best, being an absolute incredible ultimate player so far this evening for San Diego.
Yeah, good shout out to Goose.
Munson, Pugh, Anderson in the backfield for San Francisco, as has been their usual for this Falcons offensive line. Pugh near sideline, slow throw slightly behind our Saltzman, enabling San Diego to get the block.
Mara Saltzman went right back on D, playing center field, last back, really nice. Those are the floaties.
A potentially missed release, but it looks like a foul no contest. Schumacher making contact with Pajunas on the release. San Diego will maintain possession. Switching for another break as we near halfway through in this fourth and final quarter. Pajunas underneath, throw, Hranek. No problem, and that is another Super Bloom score. It's another break as well. San Diego with the 17-13 lead.
They definitely like to go break side, center it, and then look to go break side.
Pajunas able to find the window away from the defending Saltzman, and about 6.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and 17-13 fourth quarter lead for San Diego was 7-3 in the first quarter for Super Bloom. And I'm just going to keep calling for the comeback until it gets too late for it to happen, because it's been great, exciting action so far in week 2 for the 2023 Western Ultimate League season. This is the kind of action you at home can get each and every week of this 10-week season. So be sure to stay tuned in the weeks to come. It's going to be nonstop action as we've seen so far tonight.
So right now with 6 minutes left, the Falcons can't go laterally. they have to go down the field. They have to take their shot, and if they miss the shot, then they're going to have to lock down on D. But going side to side is not, or missing those, is not going to be helpful. They need to score quickly.
Lure not quite able to get to the throw. And instead, it's Super Bloom with the possession. Pajunas, sorry, that was Helton with the throw that was too high. Lure this near sideline. Weeby. Munson putting it deep. Lure going deep.
Boom.
Not a problem. That is a very needed San Francisco hold. Back to a 3-goal margin. Munson with the dime. 17-14.
So I forgot to say, the other part of the equation is now they have to stop the Super Bloom, who are getting their swerve on, feeling really comfortable. So now they need to stop and to convert again.
Great touch on that inside flick throw from Munson. Lure had steps. Munson just had to put it out in front of her, and it made it work for San Francisco. Now it's break time. It's that defensive line of San Francisco that we saw do so much great work in the second quarter to be able to do it once again. As for San Diego, same stars, same folks going out there once again for the Super Bloom offensive line, looking to hold and drain clock and put this game away.
So let's see, interesting, when you play a type of offense that's designed to drain the clock, that can go against sort of the natural offensive tendency. So let's see if they play their game, they just score. They'll just go down. If they play prevent, it'll be interesting. I don't know if they have it in their game to play prevent.
Pull out of bounds. A slight rule change for this second season is that in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, the time will stop when pulls and such go out of play. Not so at the moment. Jones deep. Diaz able to read it ahead of the Falcons defender. Nami Sumida not able to get there, and it's Diaz and Super Bloom with a quick hold. And to your point, Lawrence, they didn't get away from their system, playing quick, over the top, easy score for San Diego.
And I was looking at other elements of the O versus D. Sometimes what happens is the defense overloads and tries to force the small windows, and hopefully they don't see the deep ball. But Super Bloom saw the deep ball, played within their system, and they found it comfortably.
Avery Jones continuing to pad the stat sheet. Super Bloom piling up the points. Notably, in the first week of games, no team reached more than 17 points scored. San Diego has cleared that mark with just over 5 minutes to play. Plenty of offense here in Oakland, mostly for the time being in Super Bloom's favor. San Francisco looking to hold, and hopefully a quick one for them if they're going to be able to get back into this game.
Love the short pull.
Short pull out of San Diego gives Falcons the disc at around midfield. Munson and Anderson in the backfield. Anderson looking for Broom. Stall count rising. Has to float the throw, and it's just out of reach for Mila Hernandez Flowerman.
And the argument to that is, like, if you're going to go laterally, you might as well go down the field and take your shot, and then you have them locked down on defense.
High stall throw just out of reach of Hernandez Flowerman, and San Diego with another chance. Well, with the disc center of the field, but it's quickly up to Pajunas. Helton takes off deep, but defense on the mark is there for San Francisco. But now Helton looking for Pajunas. Weeby denied. That's a block.
Nice. This is
for
great.
Weeby against Pajunas, and San Francisco will get the disc back once again, trying to hold. But we're under 4 minutes left of the game.
So within 2 minutes, the clock stops. Right now, it's running. So it's not in the Falcons' favor. Take Okay.
Applegate thought about putting it deep, does so on the second effort, but it's only Pajunas in the area. Just taps the disc down to give San Diego another possession. Brittany Cabrera is going to pick up the disc. And we be on the mark, denies the initial throw to Helton. But WUL over the top, Salvation there. Falcons in disarray. Salvation leading pass is good for the goal. It's a 19-14 San Diego Super Bloom lead with just over 3 minutes to play.
You would have thought maybe the Super Bloom would have gone, okay, we're going to chill, we're in the red zone, we're going to work it around. No. Oh no, we're going to punch it in.
Salvation getting free on the deep throw and getting the pass from Hannah Walter for the goal. And San Diego 5-goal lead, 3 minutes to play. I'm hesitant to say entirely out of reach, but it's feeling a bit out of reach for San Francisco at this point.
I'd love to be optimistic on that. I would like to see it within the Falcons to be able to go, you know what? Within 2 minutes, they can manufacture some quick points. I don't know. They need to have quick strike capability. I don't know if that's in their arsenal to go there.
Notably, though, point differential may get brought into play in the eventual tiebreakers. The top 2 teams from each conference, Northwest Conference and the Southwest Conference, will advance to championship weekend. And one of the tiebreakers after head-to-head record between teams who are tied is point differential. So San Francisco can get on the board again late. That may help them in the long run, potentially. And sure enough, already 3/4 of the field. And Midi Chang finding Julia Ting. It's just out of reach of Sumida. And Jones goes to pick it up. So we take under 2.5 minutes remaining. Floaty throw. Ali Malik. No one in the vicinity. Granick far sideline for San Diego. Ellis centering to Jones, but there's a pick in the stack. Not affected, so disc stays with Jones. As the pre-stall movement gets going for San Diego. Ellis, Jones, 2-person game in the backfield so far. Ishii inside. Back to Ellis. If you're Super Bloom, this is what you're looking for. Patience, but clean resets. Taking time off while inching your way up the field. Abrams centers to Jones. Across to Haranik. Haranik up the line. Is it there? It is. Not quite in, though. Svinsky with the disc on the end zone line. Ellis out of reach. And that's a turnover and injury. Injury call. Looks like it's Eliza Pugh walking off.
So to your observation, the Super Bloom were comfortably doing their resets, moving down the field, minimal pressure. So at this state, do you sub deeper to give touches to people that haven't played? I think they've subbed pretty wide, but let's see if they start emptying the bench and bringing players in to really get some touches.
A couple of Falcons players looking like they're stepping off the field. Getting some late rotation, legs and players starting to wear down, and better to take an injury sub than risk potentially a more severe injury. And it'll be Falcons disc. Oh, another sub.
No, I think the fans got what they paid for today. This was an exciting game. Super Bloom took care of business, but the Falcons made it known that, hey, we're here to play. You have to, every time you step on the field against us, it's going to be a fight.
Certainly for San Francisco, after a disappointing 2022 season that saw them miss out on championship weekend, a nice week 1 win followed by a solid week 2 performance is nothing to be ashamed of. Nearly huge layout block by Savinsky. Not quite there for San Diego. Meaty Chang without a mark. Under a minute to play, Harris. Meaty Chang underneath to win. Win to Meaty Chang. And beautiful inside throw to Pinwin Wong for the score.
Big find. Beautiful.
19-15 San Diego lead as the Falcons get at least some late consolation.
Well, Super Bloom, that big layout bid for the D, they're still playing. Someone on the field's like, you know what? I need to get in there. I need to get dirty. So that was a big bid. Falcons didn't flinch, went right down the field.
Beautiful low inside throw from the lefty Meaty Chang. Longtime veteran, former San Francisco Fury player, getting it done in the handler space for San Francisco. This one is looking all but over with 37 seconds left in the fourth. Lawrence, if you are San Francisco, what are you taking away from this game, knowing that you're facing the same Super Bloom team next week in San Diego?
So you're able to, you're saying, look, this is a team that I know can respond and can put up numbers and get stops. I'm very happy that my defense can create offense. Yes, I know strategically, Slap substituted out her O-line in those red zone situations, but the O-line D is great to see. So that's a takeaway. The thing that you got to shore up is come fourth quarter, the wheels can't fall off. That's where conditioning, that's where connections, that's where the Super Bloom come in and go. When it's crunch time, fourth quarter, this is why we train, this is why we condition, this is why we practice. The fourth time is our time. Fourth period is our time.
And another incredible play. It's Messner with the grab. Cabriales to Helton. Time has expired, and that will do San Diego Super Bloom, your winners on the night, 19-15 over San Francisco Falcons. San Diego moves to 2-1 on the season, ahead of the Super Bloom Beach Bowl next weekend, while San Francisco falls to 1-1.
The appreciative fans are giving a standing ovation to the players on the field. Nice to see.
Incredible plays all around. Saw a number of fantastic layout bids, some great goals as well. Melina Weeby all over the end zone for San Francisco. Avery Jones, Kayla Helton, Dina Ellen-Melek, all getting on the score sheet, the stat sheet for San Diego. Incredible efforts all around for both teams. You can see the love from the two of the California teams, players knowing each other well, showing great spirit as we wrap things up here in Oakland.
Can I make one last point?
Go ahead.
You made it earlier in the game. You got sort of a bell curve. There's only a few people who are touching the disc and impacting the offense. And in order to sustain yourself throughout the season, you have to have a wider distribution. That next tier of player needs to step up. I don't know if you need to run a wider O that highlights some of the players. I don't know what that is, but definitely only having a few players having that high-level impact needs to be wider. And that would be the other thing, to figure out that. Then you become a more lethal offense that everybody on the field has a chance to really make an impact.
Definitely learning and growing moments for San Francisco as they fall just short to Super Bloom. But we have got some outstanding plays throughout the game, as mentioned, and in fact we have play of the game to show you. Play of the game, incredible layout grab from Kelly Uemoto, saving possession for San Diego, and then that lefty high release before Ellis putting it up to L.A. Melick as Super Bloom put the Falcons away in the fourth quarter. Again, these two teams will meet. L.A. Melick may well be there to take advantage. Kelly Uemoto, also the former UC San Diego teammates, both coming up big for Super Bloom, and just not able to get there for win. It's a 19-15 San Diego Super Bloom win over San Francisco Falcons. One more time, Super Bloom Beach Bowl next week. San Francisco taking on San Diego next Saturday, as well as LA and Arizona. As for the next home game for Falcons, it is April 8th, 6 p.m. against LA Astro. We hope to see you there. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, I have been John Weyer. He has been Lawrence McKendall. Thank you for joining us. San Diego Super Bloom 19-15 winners over the San Francisco Falcons.
Have a good evening.